Hello friends, I am making this video after a long time, 3 week delays, sorry for that delay. And there are new vacancy, assistant professor physics examinations. There are 40 vacancies and this is conducted by Himachal Pradesh Public Service Commission and closing date for application is 26 May. It is very close, 3-4 days are remaining. यदि आप अप्लाई अभी तक नहीं किए हो तो आप अप्लाई कर सकते हो. If you are belonging to Himachal Pradesh or some nearby areas and want to apply the form, and there are 17 unreserved seats for general. Exam pattern is 70 questions will be from physics, 7 questions from English language, 7 questions from Hindi language, 8 questions of general awareness and current affairs of Himachal Pradesh, 8 questions of general awareness and current affairs of national and international level. So this is about the syllabus of the Himachal Pradesh 2022 examinations for assistant professor. Now I am going to solve questions of 2017-18 assistant professor college grade exam conducted by HPPSC. In that exam there are 80 questions from physics and 20 questions from awareness or GK. So let's start guys. Question 1. The unitary operator corresponding to an infinitesimal rotation theta about an arbitrary axis n cap is given by option A is correct, I plus I theta divided by h cut n cap dot j. Question 2. The matrix representation of the operator j square for j equal to 1 by 2 is given by. The matrix representation is equal to j plus 1 h cut square del j prime j del m prime m. So jm is the basis of matrix and here j is equal to 1 by 2. So for diagonal elements 1 1 or 2 2, putting this term will survive, diagonal terms only survive here. So j plus 1 h cut square, j equal to half, so half into half plus 1 h cut square, that implies 3 by 4 h cut square. So this is the diagonal terms and off diagonal terms is going to be 0 due to this. So off diagonal elements j square 1 2 or j square 2 1 is going to be 0. Off diagonal is 0 and this diagonal elements are 3 by 4 3 by 4. So option B is correct and there should also extra term for h cut square here. Question 3. The value of the Claes-Gordon coefficient CG coefficient for J1 J2 J1 plus J2 semicolon J1 J2 is. You just solve it from your side and given option is A 1. Question 4. Find the normalization constant of the wave function phi x equal to e raised to power minus ax square. A is constant over the domain minus infinity less than x less than infinity. So let's, your phi x is a normalized wave function, to multiply a here, some constant here, a e raised to power minus ax square. For normalization just integrate it minus infinity to infinity, phi star phi dx should be 1. So just put it, it is a real wave function here, then after multiplying a square e raised to power minus 2ax square dx is equal to 1. Use this relationship, so this is going to be give square root pi by 2a. Then normalization constant a is going to be 2a divided by pi whole raised to power 1 by 4. So option C is correct here. Question 5. The value of the commutator z cap comma d over dz is. To just find out, multiply by some function f z d over dz and solve it. After solving you find that z d over dz is equal to minus 1. Compare particular this to this final value. So this term is going to be minus 1. So option C is correct here. Question 6. Which of the following situations corresponds to Heisenberg representation? Option B is correct. The operator changes with time but the state vector remains constant. Question 7. Which of the following wave function has odd parity? So wave function third and 1 has the even parity and second is the odd parity. So option D, second only, is the correct option. Question 8. For an electron in one-dimensional infinite square well potential of width 1 angstrom, find the separation between two lowest energy levels. For one-dimensional infinite square well or 1D box cases, En is equal to n square pi square h cut square by 2ml square. This is a screenshot for a particular video of mine. You can go and watch particle in a box. So for particle in a box, En is equal to n square pi square h cut square by 2ml square. Okay, in the case of electron, just put the values, other values, m is equal to 9.1 10 to the power minus 31 kg and other h cut square values. So you will find that En is equal to 38 n square by L square electron volt, where L in angstrom. You are putting L in the angstrom case and n is equal to your levels 1 2 3 4 whatever, then this is 38 times this electron volt. For transition, 38 multiplied by n2 square minus n1 square divided by L square electron volt, your length of the box in angstrom unit. Okay, to just put it, L is 1 angstrom, so 1, it is going to be 1 here. Lowest two energy levels, then n2 is equal to 2 and n1 is equal to 1. So 2 square minus 1 square going to be 114 electron volt. Option D is correct here. Question 9. The ground state of 4,8 beryllium is unstable and decays in 2 alpha particles with a half-life equal to 1 into 10 to the power minus 6. I think it should be minus 16 here. Find the relative orbital angular momentum of the alpha particle and estimate the particle decay width of the beryllium ground state. Okay, I am putting in gray list and just calculate it from your side as well. The proper lifetime in the rest frame is tau equal to h cut divided by gamma. Gamma is your decay width. To just solve it, so decay width is equal to h cut by tau. Tau is equal to, it should be 10 to the power minus 16. Just see it from your side. Question 10. The parity of spherical harmonics y lm theta phi is given by. So parity is always minus 1 h to the power l. So option C is correct here. Question 11. If the angular momentum operator J prime is the difference of two angular momentum operators J1 and J2, then option B is correct. Jx prime Jy prime is equal to IH cut J1Z plus J2Z. Okay, J equal to J1 minus J2, it is given here. So after putting here J1x minus J2x and here J1y minus J2y, so there are other terms like J1x J2y, that is going to be 0, and J2x J1y, that is also going to be 0. So surviving term only will remain this J1x J1y minus J2x minus J2y. So this is going to be give this IH cut LZ, so IH cut J1Z. Okay, and in this case there is negative, both are negative, then let's multiply to each other and give the positive value again. So IH cut J2Z. So option B is going to be correct. IH cut J1Z plus J2Z. Question 12. An electron is in a state represented by the wave function psi this. What are the possible eigenvalues of LZ operator? Mz is the eigenvalues for LZ operator, and option B is correct here, 0 and minus h cut. Question 13. Find the number of splitted levels of 1p to 1s transition of an atom placed in a magnetic field along z-axis. 1p to 1s normal Zeeman effect, because spin is equal to 0 here. Whenever spin is 0, then it is normal, and in the case of anomalous, the spin should not be 0. Okay, so there are 3 levels for normal Zeeman effect along z-axis. So option C is going to be correct. Question 14. When a particle moves under the action of a central force, then its orbital angular momentum is conserved. Option A is correct here. Question 15. A particle of mass m moves under a force whose potential is Vr equal to kmr cube, k is greater than 0. Then for what kinetic energy will the orbit be a circle of radius r about the origin? So F is equal to minus del V, F is equal to del V by del r. Take the derivative with respect to r. So 3 kmr square is here, equivalent to centripetal force mv square by r is equal to this 3 kmr square. For circle, just put capital R here, radius r. So mv square is equal to 3 kmr cube. Now kinetic energy equal to half mv square. Put the value of mv square from here. So 3 by 2 kmr cube. So this option D is going to be correct here. Question 16. Which of the following is correct in the case of Rutherford scattering cross section? So Rutherford scattering cross section, it is proportional to, inversely proportional to square of the initial kinetic energy Ek. Option D is correct here. Question 17. A particle of mass m falls A given distance z0 in time t0 equal to square root 2 z0 divided by g, and the distance traveled in time t is given by z equal to at plus bt square, where constant a and b are such that the time t0 is always the same. The integral 0 to t0 L dt, L is Lagrangian of the system, is an extremum for real values of the coefficient only when z is equal to given at plus bt square. To just derivate it to find v velocity, v equal to dz by dt equal to a plus 2bt. Now find out the acceleration g. Again derivate it with respect to t, then it is going to be 2b. That implies value of b should be g by 2. Now given that this, so z or distance equal to ut plus half gt square. To satisfy this condition, u must be 0. u must be 0 here, then only t equal to square root 2z by g. So this is a condition of free fall. That is, your initial velocity of particle is equal to 0. In that condition, just put the velocity here. For initial case, u equal to a plus 2bt, at t equal to 0, u equal to 0. So 0 equal to a plus 2b into 0 at t equal to 0. That implies a equal to 0. So option A is correct, a equal to 0 and b equal to g by 2. Question 18. The value of summation k equal to 1 to n, Poisson bracket pkqi, commutator pk pj plus summation k equal to 1 to n, Poisson bracket qk qi and commutator qk pj is. So this is going to be 0 because this fg, that is Poisson bracket, is defined as like this. So in this scenario, so it is going to be 0 because derivative of del q with respect to del p is going to be 0. So here there will be a term is equal to 0, and here again this term is going to be 0. So this term is going to be 0, this multiplied by this some value is going to be 0. This term is 0. Now in the case of this, the commutator pk and pj is again it going to be 0. pi pj equal to 0, pp term is going to be 0 here, commutator 0 here and Poisson bracket 0 here. So 0 plus 0 equal to 0. Option B is correct. Question 19. Two identical simple pendulums, each of length 0.5 meter, are connected by a light string. The force constant of the spring is 2 Newton per meter and the mass of each bob is 0.1 kg. Initially, one pendulum was clamped and the other was oscillating. When the clamp is removed, find the period of two normal modes of the system. Okay, so option A is going to be correct, 1.42 second and 0.75 second. For solving it, just move this bob with a small angle theta here and find out the restoring force for this pendulum and this string and calculate the torque, and from there you will get the solution. Question 20. A proton with a momentum of 1 gigaelectron volt per c is passing through a gas at high pressure. The index of refraction of the gas can be changed by changing the pressure. Find the minimum value of index of refraction at which the proton will emit Cherenkov radiation. A charged particle traveling in a dielectric medium with n is equal to greater than 1 radiates Cherenkov radiation. So this is the formula: mass square divided by momentum square equal to 1 minus beta square by beta square. Beta is equal to 1 by refractive index. So just put beta equal to 1 by n here, then it is n square minus 1 term is there. So in the case of proton, mass of proton is equal to 1.67 into 10 to the power minus 27 kg are equivalent in this energy term, then it is 938 MeV by C. Okay, so this is mass of proton, and momentum of this is given here 1 GeV by C. So just solve it, then it is going to be n square is equal to 1 plus 0.n38 square, or n is equal to 1.37. Option A is correct here. Question 21. Which of the following is true for Schottky diode? Schottky diode is a semiconductor diode formed by the junction of a semiconductor with a metal. It has a low forward voltage drop and a very fast switching action. Option D is here correct. It has low noise figure. Question 22. A transistor has its emitter current increased from 15 mA to 20 mA. This caused an increase in base current from 0.32 mA to 0.48 mA. Find the AC current gain in common base configuration. Okay guys, please like, comment and subscribe. For solution of this, in common base configuration, IE equal to IB plus IC. I is input and IC is output current. In the common base configuration, current gain is equal to output by input, IC divided by IE, delta IC by delta IE. Using this particular formula, IE equal to IB plus IC, find out first the collector current. In first case, collector current is equal to IE minus IB, that is 15 milliampere minus 0.32 milliampere, so 14.68 milliampere. And IC2 case, second case, 20 milliampere IE minus 0.48 milliampere base current, so it is going to be 19.52 milliampere. Now calculate the current gain. Alpha equal to delta IC divided by delta IE equal to 0.97. Option A is correct. Okay guys, तो आज का सफ़र यहीं तक, and for remaining question I will make another video which comes soon. And you can also go through the other videos of assistant professors, lecturers, MSc entrance examinations, NET, GATE examinations, solving questions from all examinations. Then it is going to be very helpful for your any exam, any particular exams, because questions are coming from each levels, BSc level, MSc level, और जो भी वहाँ पर क्वेश्चन ऑलरेडी सॉल्व हुए हैं उसमें से ही क्वेश्चन घूम फिर के आते हैं. प्लीज़ लाइक, कमेंट एंड सब्सक्राइब, एंड थैंक यू एंड बाय बाय.